Here we go then, another brand new day, another glorious day in the core. Let's see what today's news articles brings, shall we? For fuck. Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Hope you're all keeping well. Resident Evil 4 VR is now officially a woke game. I'm going to get into it in just a second, but this is happening too often. It shouldn't be happening in the first place, in my opinion. I understand that there are different ideologies out there. I'm not woke in the least, alright? In fact, I'm quite un-PC. The point is that our games are becoming more woke, and with that, more boring, with less character and personality to them, you know what I'm talking about? That's what comes of being woke. That's what comes with censorship. That's what comes when you forego freedom of speech, freedom of art. Now, if you've clicked onto this video, I'm assuming that you've played Resident Evil 4, but if you haven't, here's a very small digestible bit of synopsis for you. You play American agent Leon S. Kennedy, with his mission being to rescue the President of the United States' daughter, Ashley Graham. She's been kidnapped by some weird-ass cult, and it's your duty to find out what's happened, and of course, as I say, to rescue her. Now, throughout the game, you are confronted by these humans who are infected with parasites, so with that, they can take a lot of damage. But it doesn't stretch to just humans. You fight dogs who are also infected. Pretty much everything is infected that you fight in this game by these parasites. They're like one of the main plot points in the game. So there's a lot of blood that comes with this. There's a lot of gore. There's a lot of terror. There's a lot of visceral gameplay, that kind of thing. And throughout the game, you know, there's also moments of intense horror as well. They're not taking away any of that shit, which they shouldn't anyway. What they're doing is taking away little bits of dialogue, little scenarios within the game that might cause a bit of offence to someone who's a bit sensitive, you know. Fuck you, quite frankly, Capcom, for just not having any integrity. Now, at the same time, guys, at the same time, I'm not a businessman. I'm not making the big bucks, okay? I don't know how to run business as such, you know, it's just the way it is. I'm perfectly aware of that. But for fuck's sakes, Resident Evil 4 is one of your biggest selling games, and now you're going to change it just to, you know, make sure that no people of wokeness get offended by this? Fuck off! I'm not touching this game anyway because, quite frankly, I don't have the means to play it, and I don't even care about the game, honestly. I do not care about Resident Evil 4 in VR. But I won't get to play it anyway because it's on PC at the moment, right, via the Oculus. But for those who did want to play it, they were promised, apparently from this article I'm about to read from in just a second. I'm going to put the link to the article in the description as well. I really do think you should give it a once over, you know, just to kind of see what the fuck's going on here. But they were promised that nothing was going to be changed in the game. Everything was going to be there so that you could experience it firsthand in VR. No, that's all gone out the window now. Why? Because they don't want any woke people battering the game via articles, blogs, Twitter, Reddit, that kind of shit, you know. All because of scenes like this.
Well, I see that the president's equipped his daughter with ballistics too.
How rude!
And scenes like this.
You know, you're kind of cute without those glasses. Give me your number when I get back.
May I remind you that you're still on duty.
Story of my life.
Ridiculous, isn't it? Now you think if you haven't put it in perspective already, you think about this. You think what Capcom will do to your Resident Evil 4 remake. You think what Capcom will do to a potential Resident Evil 1 remake. You think about any game in the future. You think about any game in the future that could fall victim, fall prey to this woke bullshit ideology. It's absolutely terrifying if you really think about it. I mean, seriously, 1984 come to life. People have been saying this for, well, many years now, not just in the last handful of years, but many years. It's all coming true. Anyway, let me read from this article, okay? Again, this is coming from the website's Niche Gamer. And the header says, Facebook reportedly requested censorship of sexual comments in Resident Evil 4 VR. Insider sources have revealed that Facebook have requested the censorship of Resident Evil 4 VR to avoid social justice warriors and game journalists calling it misogynistic. According to sources sharing in-development footage, documentation and photos, the game has censored story content and dialogue, removing scenes and achievements. The alterations to scenes and dialogue were focused on anything that the gaming, news media and social justice crowd may deem misogynistic. Specifically, sexual harassment, sarcastic expressions, sexist conversations, and expressions that may be indirectly linked to them have been removed. Rather than localizers' blame, it seems Oculus VR owner Facebook requested the changes, and with the approval of Capcom, this was seemingly against promises Facebook had made earlier, to the surprise of the sources. The changes include the removal of flirting from multiple characters. These include Leon and Ingrid, Luisera and Ashley and Leon at the end of the game. Specifically, Louis' comment about Ashley's ballistics being removed also means the achievement named Secure the Ballistics has been renamed Secure Ashley. Flirtations scenes also feature large swaths of dialogue completely cut, with the ending losing 30% of the dialogue. While included in the video, the post-credits scene where Leon is rebuffed by Ingrid for asking for her phone number is entirely removed from the VR game. This is in spite of a misogynistic Leon being shot down in a comical manner by a female character. The edits also feature scenes of dead air between characters where they would have otherwise been talking, and missing assets. There are also 2 major revisions to the VR version, but were unpublished and undetailed by whoever that guy's name is, I can't pronounce it, to protect his sources' identities. This is all in spite of prior press releases stating all cutscenes will be present in their original format, and Oculus executive producer Ruth Bram stating that there would be few changes, and those made would be done reverently. Notes that footage in a hands-on preview by IGN, dickheads, cuts away before any altered dialogue would play, suggesting an embargo. Ridiculous, isn't it? So again, just to reiterate a final time here, there's not a problem with the violence, there's not a problem with the gore, there's not a problem with certain scenarios that could scare the shit out of someone, maybe give them a heart attack. There's no problem with the age rating, you know, everyone gets to play this pretty much around the world. You know, everyone's got their own ways of bringing up their kids or bringing up themselves, whichever the situation may be. There's no problem with that. It's just a few bits of dialogue and a few scenes in the game which might cause offence. If you really wanted to play this game, do what you want to do. I'm not going to say don't do nothing, but I would suggest just forgetting about this fucking game. Why pay for something that's got cut content out of it, out of the main game? It wasn't even DLC, it was part of the main game. They've taken it out to not offend certain people, a very small minority. The reason why they've got such a loud voice, guys, is, well, there's a couple of reasons, you know, but one of them is because of big tech, big corporations. They make money off of this shit, guys. You know, they've got their fingers in a lot of woke pies. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to see this develop really, really harshly before any kind of turnaround comes. I guarantee you that. Resident Evil is a whole different ball game these days, especially with what we've just seen today with this news article. So I had to say something, guys. I had to get it off my chest. I had to pump it out there, let people know about this content, this article. I need to get out of here, and I need to have a fag or something, alright? Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.
Leon, I hope you can hear me. I'm Ingrid Hunnigan. I'll be your support on this mission.
Loud and clear. Somehow I thought you'd be a little older. So the subject's name's Ashley Graham, right?
Leon, I hope you can hear me. I'm Ingrid Hunnigan. I'll be your support on this mission.
Loud and clear. So the subject's name's Ashley Graham, right?
Leon, it's been 6 hours since our last transmission. I was starting to get worried.
Don't you mean lonely? Anyway, I started to feel dizzy, and then I guess I must have lost consciousness.
Leon, it's been 6 hours since our last transmission. I was starting to get worried.
I started to feel dizzy, and then I guess I must have lost consciousness. Small world, eh?
Who are you?
Oh, excuse me, Your Highness.